Diablo
Oh,
4. Listen, Diablo 4 isn't out yet, but we're going to talk about it for a few minutes because at least three of you, and Dan, I don't know, are you playing the beta for Diablo
Played the
4?
beta last weekend
Last
for
week.
a
Okay.
couple hours. Yeah.
All right. So then all four of you have played it at least a little bit. Three of you are playing it a lot more this weekend and really excited about it. So I wanted to throw it out there. What are your thoughts on Diablo? And we'll talk about Diablo 4 again in June when it fully releases, but might as well chat about our thoughts on the beta. Jeff, since you didn't play Resident Evil 4, I'll throw it to you first. Diablo 4, this is your first time with this franchise. What do you
It
think about
is.
this beta so far?
Yeah, I haven't played it once, but I've seen my brother play 3 for countless hours. And I always knew that it would be something that I would enjoy. It was just the RPG elements and like the gear inventory management and all that stuff was just like, I don't know if I'm in a place I'm ready to do that yet. That was back then when 3 came out, which was forever ago.
Yeah,
So
like 8 years ago or
yeah,
something.
Yeah.
so I mean,
Dang.
obviously my gaming habits have changed. So this was the fact that it was it was open beta and you didn't have to pre-order it. It was like cool. Every excuse to try it for free. The
Sure.
latest and greatest version of this type of game. So that's why I jumped into it. And I've only been playing Sorcerer. I know there's great reasons to go through and play the other classes that are available, and so far there are 5. I chose Sorcerer, which is primarily ranged attacks, but you can, apply certain skills that allow you close range attacks or shields or what have you that can help you out. But man, I freaking love it, man. I'm just so addicted. It's the whole like sense of exploration that Hogwarts Legacy. It's the same exact feeling I had playing Hogwarts Legacy and going, "What's this over here? Oh, what's this about? Oh, there's enemies in here. I'm gonna go kill them real quick." Except, in this world it makes more sense because you're fighting like demons and things from hell. and in Hogwarts you're a high school student and you're killing people. But whatever.
yeah.
Hey, listen, don't think of
You
it.
only
Just
you only have
Less of a
Ranrock to
stretch.
blame for this. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving it so far. I think I have to watch a YouTube video or something on the story and some of the jargony stuff about the world itself, because I do feel a little lost sometimes when they start talking about some of their religions and stuff like that. Each town, it's kind of different. I've discovered like 3 or 4 different towns at this point. Some are major and some are just like little tiny hubs that you unlock along the way from dungeon to dungeon or mission to mission. I've done like a couple dungeons too. Level 14. I haven't really switched, like I said, so I probably should, but that's gonna have to wait until the full game comes out.
You
I
playing
would
mostly
say so.
solo, Jeff, or you teaming up with anybody?
Solo, but I pretty much just run into people. Sometimes I'll run into somebody doing something, and we'll just do a world event together. And because
Wait, so it's
they
like
pop up so
you
frequently
can
on
see
the
other
map.
players freely as you're playing?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, so
Destiny 2. now.
it's like Destiny 2, but and to keep like the bandwidth down or whatever, people start appearing in your game closer to towns and world events. So if you're out in the sticks, like people aren't going to load in or whatever to kind of give you that feel of isolation that you're on an adventure in a place that not a lot of people go to.
Right.
But if you're stumbling upon like a world event, or if you're nearby one, or you're near a town, you'll see people popping up everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah,
And y'all can run together, y'all can emote together, you can join a group right then and there together. They do a
It's so
really
funny,
good job
dude,
of making
yeah.
it very easy to
You mentioned the emote. I
get in
think
with
it's really
people.
funny that they call it emotes, and you're really just saying a line, and you're like,
yeah, hi.
yeah. It's as soon as
Hi.
it's actually there was a spawn point in the first city that you get to, which is like it's the biggest city that you could possibly get to, in the first part of the story. And at the spawn point, everybody's just spamming taunt, and they're all saying the same thing over and over again. It's so freaking funny. I will
Yeah.
show you blood and destruction or whatever. It's and
it's
of course I
aggressive.
joined the party because I'm an idiot too, and I like to be silly. But yeah, everybody's just spamming their taunts or their emotes. It's so funny.
That's what actually interested me in this version of Diablo, because as I've said before, never been a Diablo fan. I bought Diablo 3. I played actually a good amount of it, mainly co-op with like Rob and Jesse White and stuff like that, but I really just didn't care about the game. But this one, one of the big things that intrigued me, so this is before I actually played it, was knowing that it was going to have like world events and there would be the opportunity to just like basically play with other people if you want to, which is why I play Destiny 2. I've said it 1,000 times. Yes, I do most of the stuff in Destiny 2 solo, but Destiny 2 is my like turn off my brain, let's go play a strike. And I like strikes because you're dependent on other people, and those people are strangers. But because the task is pretty simple, everybody generally, I've rarely had terrible teammates, generally plays together very well, and we get the mission accomplished. In fact, Destiny 2's improved. They actually allow you to give feedback after every strike.
Nice.
So you can reward the people that you're playing with, so it like lets them know they did a good job. So if somebody's trash or
That
they don't
reminds
play
me,
at all,
another game did that recently too. That's multiplayer only. I can't remember who it is though. It might have been Halo actually. Halo Infinite, I think, was like, oh, I like this person. Let's stay with this guy or whatever. Like,
yeah. So it's really cool that they're doing that. But that's what intrigued me about giving this one a shot. And then when I logged in and started playing it last night, I really did go into it with the intention of, I'm just going to see if this is something I'm going to buy. I'm just going to play it for 20 or 30 minutes. I'm not going to play it long.
I said the same thing. Yes, absolutely.
And then, so I started playing it like 10:30 at night, and then I logged off at 1 in the morning. And I was like, and it was one of those experiences where
Same thing
I'm
happened to me
fully
too.
aware. Yeah, like I'm fully aware when I'm playing a game, like what time it is. It was like I was literally like, 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
How long have I been playing this? And then I was like, oh, I played for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
You open the window shades, you're like, ah.
I messaged Joe on the chat that, like, when I woke up this morning, I was like, I can't believe I straight up just like turned on that game and did not look at the clock one time during my session.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling too, though. Yeah, it's easy to get lost in the game. It's easy to tell yourself one more thing. I just got to go do this one more thing. It's really, oh, what's this thing over here near my mission? Like you just immediately get like just sucked into every.
And you can quit anywhere. Like if you want to just turn it off, like you'll load right where you left off, right in front of that thing you're about to do or whatever, without needing to go to like a. So there's no reason that I need to just get there so it saves. You're choosing to do one more thing.
That's if you're able to log out like normally. But if you get this is a problem that they had last weekend too on Friday and this weekend. Was on Friday, it was a mess. People kept getting disconnected, and then when you get disconnected, you have to like wait in the queue again for another 30 minutes, and then you get thrown. You don't get thrown into where you were. You kind of have to backtrack and do a lot of the same stuff. Even though your level and your gear is the same, and it's saved. It saved your gear and your level, but it didn't save your progress like at all.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you disconnect. But fortunately, they ironed all that out by the time I jumped in at the same time Derek did last night. Everything. I think it was a load balancing issue yesterday during the afternoon, and then they resolved it once they saw what the player load was going to look like consistently. And ever since then, I've been connected right in. I haven't been kicked out one time. It's been really smooth. But that first day was really rough for both weekends.
Yeah.
But the big thing I want to compliment on this game, aside from, like I said, I like the fact that I can just play with other people without like actually having to say, "Hey, friends, do you want to play with me?"
Yeah.
I was actually blown away by like the presentation. I like the story so far. So again, I'm not like deep into the story. It's just the beginning, but I think they've solidified like a cool villain. Like I think she's cool. And I want to know why she's doing what she's doing, and why she's doing it the way she's doing it.
Lilith can get it, right? I mean, we're on the same
aside from that, she is, a demon. But like, it's so far it's intriguing. I like the.
She's the new internet mommy. I've heard. I put my ear to the ground. I did hear that.
Every time
my ears to the ground.
Every time I see a character like that, I think of Dean and Community. Like, this better not awaken anything in me.
Yeah. But
I love that line.
You were saying good presentation, but like even the music's absolutely excellent. Like it's so good. Everything just feels really expensive and big, and even the new
especially,
even the new flourishes. Like in Diablo 3, like you would go up to someone and start talking to someone, and they would talk to you like in voice acting and everything like that. Now the camera like zooms down into the room or the area that you're in. It's just. The presentation's just nicer, so it sucks you into the story a little more. It's not stuck in this like weird isometric, like locked, view that you're always in. I like all those like little finesses that just kind of make it feel like, hey, story's more important this time.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's definitely more immersive. Yeah, and you can tell just by the amount of cutscenes and moments that the game makes you stop that it's just like, oh, they're really going for it with the story. Like it's going to be in your face all the time.
So cool, so cool.
Blizzard's always been really good with like cutscenes. So like I remember even as far back as like what was it? Warcraft 3. I remember seeing like that CG trailer for Warcraft 3 at back however many years ago.
Yeah, they were the OGs before the Knights of the Old Republic stuff. Like everyone always talked about Blizzard cutscenes, and while Diablo 3 had those cutscenes, it was usually bookended like at the front of an act and at the end of an act. And while you're not getting like constant CG cutscenes throughout the entire chapter, the amount of new style engine cutscenes, make it again just feel a little more immersive and the presentation just a little more in your face. Again, they want you to really care about what you're doing, which I feel like in Diablo.
I want Warcraft 4 now that you're saying that, Dan.
I know.
Warcraft 4 would be awesome. I've wanted that for a while. Like, could you imagine?
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so it's fair to say all four of you're buying this day one. Yeah,
I am. I'm definitely buying. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to buy it, but I'm going to buy it.
PC? I don't know about day one, but I did enjoy it. It's just for me, it's more of a co-op thing. Because I streamed it for a couple hours, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. But it's early on, and I'm not getting anything like unique about the first couple of hours. Obviously, I'd have to keep playing more, and then you're unlocking all sorts of things. I'm sure you guys got to that I didn't get to. But I played 3. Like my wife and I played it front to back. Like my wife and I finished that the third one together.
That game is such a good couch co-op experience.
To me, it's more fun that way, like playing with someone. So
that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it, but I also I played the entire game almost solo.
Yeah.
So far, and it's like, it's so good. I mean, I just can't really be like most players' only way to do it.
And have fun.
That's why I'm suggesting I'm going to try and convince as many people as possible to get it on PC so we can play it together. Because I really do want to try multiplayer, but I don't know.
Because I mean, I plan on getting on PS5. But...
Yeah, I'm getting on PS5. Yeah.
Okay.
Have they done crossplay on any of their other titles?
Not Diablo 3. I know that for a fact. I don't know if this
that'd be the only one, right? That's their only other major title that would have multiplayer.
This one might be crossplay. I'm not 100%
Does Overwatch do crossplay?
I think Overwatch does crossplay. I think it's PC.
Because you just have to have the BattleNet, right? The BattleNet account.
Yeah.
And then...
I think it is crossplay.
It is crossplay.
Right,
Even on the beta, it's crossplay.
Yes, Diablo 4 is crossplay amongst consoles, quite notably Xbox
and cross progression.
No, but is it PlayStation also, or is it just Xbox and PC? Because that's happened plenty of times.
Yeah, because this is saying PlayStation and Xbox. I'm trying to see if it says PC.
Oh, okay.
Wait, including PC. Yeah, okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we're good, guys. We're good.
So cross-play and cross-save. So you could have it multiple places, and that's cool.
That's awesome.
So all of us could just go through and just F some demons up, I mean.
Dude,
yeah. It doesn't matter where you buy it. You can just, as long as you have a...
And they haven't announced it for Switch yet, but it could come to Switch, but it's just for the other consoles and PC for now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys played different classes, though. Like, Kyle, I think you touched all of them, right?
Yeah, I played all of them. Yeah, I played all of them.
I did Barbarian.
All of them.
Yeah. I did Barbarian.
Well, that's your problem.
Can I just say, Dan, that is the most boring class in the entire world. So, like,
that's probably. Yeah, that was
like it is and
maybe that's why I didn't hook him.
I always play tank, in like any kind of RPG setting because I just like swords and stuff like that. So I'm always looking to enjoy that, and I'm not trying to say it just to be like I'm sticking it to Dan. He's wrong. No, that is literally. I played all 5. That is.
There wasn't anything unique going on there, right?
There was nothing unique about like that.
I really liked the druid because I liked the fact that I could change into a werewolf, but I also use. I'm not good with all this stuff, but one of my weapons has the ability to like when I hit you with a melee, it also like. It's not electricity, but it's like some type of purple something that element that's
energy.
Yeah, it's probably like some type of energy. So I'm like shocking these guys, even though I don't think it's electricity. So there was like I was getting different move sets.
Oh, it's
with
storm. I think the druid uses storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was upgrading both of those. I didn't even bother upgrading other stuff. I was just focused on those 2 attacks to get like OP with them. I really liked it. I really liked him.
The druid is really cool.
I don't know if you guys remember in 3, and this, I guess this is like my only gripe, not that it's like enough of a gripe where I'm like, I'm not buying this game. Is like the rolls, like rolling and dodging has a cooldown. Was that in 3 or?
Yeah, but I think certain class, and I could be completely wrong, but if I remember 3 properly, I think certain classes have the ability to be a little more agile as they go on,
Makes
but
sense.
I don't know if every class can do that.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if there was a cooldown with 3. So
my druid character is huge, so he's super slow. You have to hit B, and when you hit B, you can like do a quick sprint / dodge, but it does have a cooldown.
Yeah,
that's
the
your
cooldown
dodge.
might differ between classes, I imagine.
Sure.
So for me, for sorcerer, he's a little lighter on his feet, so it's 5 seconds. But I also unlocked the teleport shortly after that. Like after the first upgrade. So I was able to get 2 dodges really.
See, and my rogue has a cattle prop or whatever move, but he jumps back when he throws them. So like it is a dodge in itself, and it hits everything in front of him, and then lays on the ground. So as they're walking through, it's just constant damage as they're walking towards me.
Wow.
So I think each class has like an additional. They have dodges within moves.
They do.
Just like Jeff's kind of teleportation for a sorcerer. So,
right.
And the sorcerer is like the most powerful in all the Diablos, and like boy, he's still very powerful in this.
I hear
enjoyed.
Necromancer is like
Necromancer is completely OP. Like I couldn't believe. So that's gonna get nerfed, I promise. But unless it's just front heavy and then he just sucks for the rest of the game or something, I don't know. But like I was playing with the Necro and I was like, this is insane because you have 4 like skeletons that are just following you and they just take over, man. Like they just swarm. It's
sounds like a balancing thing.
It's cool, yeah, but I'm probably gonna end up playing all these characters in some way because I'm gonna have so many friends playing and they're all gonna be in different, different. They're all gonna be a different.
What are you playing on, Kyle? What's your system?
PS5. It's just that's where I play most of my games. So
nice.
Cool.